We're going back in time.
Address, it's Radio Caroline, New York, 11518, USA. That's Radio Caroline, New York, 11518, USA. Now
3119 is free. Is free. Is free.
Naked Eyes and Voices in My Head, one of Dixie's favourite bands, and the man is up and around. Unusual to see him up this early with the years. He's looking very perky as well, very bright today. Fiction Factory before that, and Feels Like Heaven, a track, well, you know where you heard it first. Culture Club with Miss Me Blind, and Paul Young ironed out the rough spots with those wonderful, fabulous, wealthy tots. And our top 5 at 12 o'clock today is suggested by Marcus Layton of Thundersley in Essex, and it features music by Brian Adams, 2 from Fleetwood Mac, Niels Lofgren and Bob Dylan. Also good day to Graham Croft, and he said, could we say hello to your wife Tisha, daughters Sharon, Michelle and Kim, and also anyone who knows you and your angling charter vessel, the Cape Cornwall. That's the adverts over with. 19 to 12 on Caroline. It's a very nice day. Good morning to you.
On 319 meters, with love, peace and good music.
We call Simon Wally on the wireless. Well, it's pretty obvious, really. Now, if you think you've taken a photograph of a Wally, and I mean a real Wally, then send it in to me, Robin Ross at Radio Caroline, and the best one I'll send something to. I'm not saying what, but I will send something to the best one. So if you've got a Wally, and you've taken a photograph of a Wally, then send it in to us at Caroline, right? So new address, Radio Caroline, New York, 11518 in the United States of America. And we look forward to receiving some of your tasty and skillful photographs.
From a point at sea to the circles in your mind, this is the new Radio Caroline.
Fiction Factory, Feels Like Heaven, an excellent single. Shack Attack with Imitations, and ABC with Bite the Hand and Drive. Here's one for Mr. Pearson, the Loving Awareness Band, and No Other High. Broadcasting live from the North Sea on 319 meters, 963 kilohertz. This is Radio Caroline. Just drop us a line at Radio Caroline, New York, 11518 in the United States of America. Nice bit at the bottom, lads. Whether you play these records or not wouldn't matter, because yours are all good. Creep in brackets. You are. China Crisis, and the former #1 album on the Caroline Top 30 album chart. This one's called Gates of Door to Door.
Point at sea to the circles in your mind. This is the new Radio Caroline. Loving awareness is free. Is free. Is free.
That's Third World from the album just called Third World, and Santa Masagana. Nice piece of music, very relaxing, isn't it? Oh, lovely. The Stones, It's Only Rock and Roll live before that from Love You Live. VOP, When You're Young, and China Crisis with the Gates of Door to Door. Good afternoon to you. It's 18 minutes to 1 o'clock on Caroline. I'm Robin Ross. I'm here till 2. 2 till 6, it's Wally on the wireless. I'm back 6 till 8, and 8 till 12 tonight, the multi-talented Dixie Peach. That's Fleetwood Mac from the first album that was really the revamped Fleetwood Mac. That's Rhiannon and Stevie Nicks in there, and she should be in Europe any day now promoting her new album. So the new Stevie Nicks album due to arrive any day. Look forward to that. Kit Hain before that, I Need to Be With You, Jose Feliciano and Light My Fire, and Billy Joel from Innocent Man with Careless Talk. It's 3.5 minutes to 1 on Caroline. 1 till 2 is me. 2 till 6 it's Wally on the wireless. We go towards 1 o'clock with Jean-Michel Jarre from the essential Jean-Michel Jarre and Oxygen 4. We're broadcasting live from the North Sea on 319 meters, 963 kilohertz, and this is Radio Caroline.
You've got the best cook. Playing music just for you.
This is Europe's first and only album station, Radio Caroline.
Folks, you're tuned into the sound of Radio Caroline. The time is precisely 11 o'clock.
Playing music just for you.
Radio Caroline. Music into the 80s. Radio Caroline. Music into the 80s.
Cheerio, cheerio, baby.
If you just joined us, you're tuning in with a Peach on Radio Caroline. Glad to have your company. You just heard UB40 with Cheerio Baby.
All the song written by Sting and done by the Compass Point All-Stars from the album called Ils appelons ça un accident, the soundtrack to the film of the same name, and Demolition Man, then the Police themselves with Roxanne, and play that one especially for a young lady called Roxanne, somewhere around the Felixstowe area. I know you're listening, before you go to bed at about 7. That proves the age, doesn't it? Have a nice night and sleep well. For the rest of you who are staying up all night, this is Caroline on 319 on a disgusting Monday evening. Never mind, the music's here to keep us warm, as is the love.
Caroline. Beginning. Loving awareness is free.
Love You. Before that, Bauhaus, and one from Burning from the Inside, and a song just called Hope. Nice lyrics, about 3 lines only, but very nice. Simple Minds before that from Life in a Day, their first album from 1979, and a song called Pleasantly Disturbed. And we started with David Bowie from the Young Americans album, Fascination. If you'd like to write to us here on Caroline, the address is very simple. It's Radio Caroline, New York, 11518 in the USA. Very simple, Radio Caroline, New York, 11518 in the USA. And don't forget, letters take a little while to get here, so if you want to mention on a particular date, allow about a month, I would say, to be safe to get the mail here. Live from the North Sea on 319 meters, 963 kilohertz, with love and the very best in music. This is Caroline, where the time is 7 o'clock.
From a point at sea to the circles in your mind, this is the new Radio Caroline.
Just now, he'll be along at 10, between 10 and 2, to take you through to the early hours of the morning here on Caroline. And we were talking, you may be aware, well you probably are if you listen to Caroline fairly regularly, that we're on a ship in fairly, well, almost total isolation for periods of time, and it gives us the opportunity to live without pressures from outside, and how easy it really is to be nice to other people can be realized on board. Yet at some points in time it becomes very difficult. We were just talking about that, and I was thinking back to what we've been doing for the last couple of months, asking you to send poems in for Poems for 84, and I've dug one out which is a lovely poem. By the way, if you want to send one in, just 2 days to go. 31st of January is the last day that the postmarks must be in order to get them in the book. We'll explain a little bit more about that later. This poem comes from Craig Avery, who lives in Martin View, Sussex Road, New Romney in Kent. It doesn't have a title, but here it is anyway. It says, "A million teenage tragedies, it's mental murder, another social suicide, a destroyed dream that abused me, a foolish heart confused me, absurd, struggling teenage tragedy, abuse, misused, childish mistakes. Mental suicide is rife in my mind, another cell destroyed. On course for disaster, I'm sure. Straight into the outer limits of sanity, head first with eyes closed. Pain is just a sensation, makes you feel alive. Shock me with a smile, stimulate me for a while. Shatter me with love and wake me up with hate. Close my eyes with romance, numb my brain with a kiss, devastate me with goodbye. I understand you when I cry." That's nice. Craig, a song for you in a moment, but first of all, I'd like you all just to think for a moment and listen. Now, you might think I've been waffling a little bit, but it really is important. 1984, International Awareness Year.
Time is right to find one another.
In every way, life is getting better and better.
All I can say is, how difficult is it really to say I love you? Think about it. Loving Awareness Band and a song called Existence. And if you're wondering where all the good music's coming from, if you've just joined us, welcome. This is Radio Caroline on 319, live from the North Sea. I'm Tom Anderson. I'm with you for another, 35 minutes or 34 minutes until 10 o'clock tonight. And between 10 and 2, it's Dixie Peach.
Just for you.
On 319 meters, with love, peace, and good music. music.
I want to say
Is free.
Okay, that one goes out to a few people in Guernsey by the name of Cuthbertson, Cabbage, Hippo, Pooh, and Budgie. With best regards from Mo, who, by the way, has another name now. He's called Donald. It's 5 minutes to 10 on Caroline on 319. Before that, we heard Latin Quarter, America for Beginners, Gil Scott-Heron and the movie Jimmy Cliff and The Love I Need. And we started it all off with 10 Years After, and I'd love to change the world. And with your help, we'll do it with Caroline and the good music on 319. That's it from myself, Tom. I'll be back tomorrow between 6 and 10. If you can join me then, I'd love your company. And we'll do it all over again with some of the very best music around, both new and old. Until then, I'm going to leave you with The Teardrop Explodes and a really nice song called Tiny Children. Whatever you're doing, do it well. And above all, don't forget, be happy.
Well, if you just joined us, you tuned into the sound of Loving Awareness, Radio Caroline, broadcasting live from the North Sea. I'm Dixie Peach, and I'll be taking you from now all the way through till 2 a.m. with some of the best sounds around. The time is now 10 o'clock. Let's go.
This is Europe's first and only album station, Radio Caroline.
It's Huey Lewis in the news with Walking on a Thin Line, and before that, Toto from the album Toto 4 came Waiting for Your Love. And we started the whole session tonight with the Freedom Song by Thin Lizzy from the album Fighting. Now here's the guy that I like a lot.
31199. Dixie Peach.
All right.
Just for you. On 319 meters with love, peace, and good music.
The album called Bigger Than Life and Second Wind, we played that especially for James Hamilton in London. Before that, The Four Seasons with Walk Like a Man and Howard Jones, What Is Love. 319 meters, 963 kilohertz. This is Radio Caroline, where the time is exactly 12 o'clock.
On the hour, Radio Caroline News, brought to you by Newsweek magazine.
500 million. For Caroline, I'm Jay Jackson.
That was Radio Caroline News, brought to you by Newsweek magazine.
Radio Caroline this afternoon from 1978, reminiscing. We played that especially for Julian Morris, who's on HMS Diomede, which is in the dry dock at Portsmouth at the moment. So very good afternoon to you, Julian. Before that, What's for Dinner with Walking and Talking for You Girl, and Jimmy Cliff from his album. We played you Sunshine in the Music. If you'd like to drop us a line, it's Radio Caroline, New York, 11518 in the US of A. That's Radio Caroline, New York, 11518 in the USA. It's 15 minutes after 12.
The only place you can hear the very best music is on Caroline on 319. Little feed before that, Fat Man in the Bathtub from the Dixie Chicken album. And we started with Black Uhuru and a song called Chill Out. It's 24 minutes past 7 on a Tuesday night, Tuesday the 31st of January 1984. The first month is nearly over.